Let's talk a little bit, if we could, about the relationship that you have with your core processor, and tips that you might be able to give other credit union chief technology officers or IT vice presidents in working with your core processor vendor. Maybe some do's and don'ts, or things you've learned along the way in terms of that working relationship.
I can comment for that. With the core processor, we try to do like beta testing with them, because you get access to folks that are in programming. You also get access to new code, and you can maybe help find things that will fit your credit union as well a little bit better, give some good input at the beginning. That seems to really help. The downside to that is if something goes bad, then you've got to answer to not only your staff but members and things like that. We always try to send staff to the conferences that our core processor puts on, as well as maybe volunteer with training opportunities where if there's credit unions on the same system in our area, sponsor seminars or events. That's helpful. I think we've always had a really good relationship with our core processor, no matter if it was our old one or the new one. And a lot of that is because you have to work at it. It's a partnership. Some things aren't going to work the way you want them to work, and you have to prioritize what battles you want to win and which ones you are okay with. I really think that you can go across the board on most core processors, and they're quite a bit alike. There might be some really good ones or some really bad ones, but there's a lot in the middle that try to do a pretty decent job. And you just have to make sure that financially they're sound, that they're selling, or the product that they're selling is what the salespeople are bringing to the table. Okay.
All right. Any other thoughts on vendor relationships, working relationships, expectations, those types of things?
I can comment a little bit on ours. Ours, when we joined or were selected our core vendor, we were like the second credit union out of about 100 customers that went with it. So a very small minority. All the rest were banks. And as the years have gone on, I would say now they're about close to 25 to 30% credit union customers now.
Okay.
As credit unions have gotten larger, they've migrated to more of the offerings that this core vendor has, and as banks have merged, the number of bank customers have reduced. And one of the things that I've kind of noticed over the last 6-8 years as well is that the credit unions we meet together with the vendor once a year. They have a credit union advisory board where the vendor invites us to their corporate headquarters, and we get together and talk to them about functions and features that us as credit unions would like to see added to the core system, because that's where they see a lot of their new business coming from, is credit unions, because of the banks consolidating and the credit unions growing, that more of them are migrating. This system is, their target is 250 million or greater in assets is probably the size that they target for credit unions to run on this system. And it's been really helpful to have this credit union advisory board, to meet with them once a year, to get to actually talk to the president of the core processor and have him hear the things and functions and features that we'd like to have added to the core system. It really helps us get those functions in there, because then they can use that to market it to new customers.
Okay. Okay. Any other thoughts on vendor relationships?
I think Shay hit it right on the head there, that it is a business relationship. As a credit union, you can't expect everything to be for free. You want them to be in business next week, next year, 5 years from now. They certainly have to charge a fair price for their product. And to keep that relationship in good terms takes a lot of communication, and communication with the right people. You don't want to have your upper management calling their support staff and bringing problems that aren't really in the realm of, the system isn't working. So you just have to learn how to work within the system that your vendor has for you.
Okay.